Welcome to the presentation provided by the Spring 2014 course FSE 301 Entrepreneurship for Engineers. We are Team 8, the Technologists, and we are excited to share with you our next generation product, the WindNav. As a quick overview for what's to come, our team will discuss the problem that allowed us to create the WindNav, present a brief discussion on the product, and address how the competitors are currently doing in the market we will soon enter. Afterwards, our group will explain how our product is unique and distinguishable from our competitors, speak briefly on the future partnerships, and address our marketing plan. Without further ado, let's begin. The root problem that our team has noticed involves the common issue of car crashes due to distractions, which many occurs with the use of GPS and GPS-enabled devices. In a research conducted by the United States Highway Patrol Services, they have concluded that out of 1.2 million car crashes that occur in the United States, 20% of these car crashes are a result from GPS and GPS-enabled devices. That is about 240,000 cars when calculated. Now, keeping this problem in mind, the GPS market is in need of a product that simultaneously allows the user to get from point A to point B, just like a normal GPS system, keeps the focus of the user primarily on the road, and updates the user of the surrounding environment. To combat this need in the marketplace, the WindNav was created. With the WindNav 3D GPS monitor, we must take note that it is very portable and lightweight. It allows navigation and road mapping to be viewed in the same frame as the windshield. It will allow sonar detection to warn of incoming hazards and obstacles, and can be used on any windshield repeatedly. Now next we will discuss how this is possible and where our sources will come from.
The magic behind WindNav is a technology called OLED, or an ultra-thin flexible light organic emitting diode. It allows for a versatile configuration with any windshield. It acts the same as any ordinary screen, except it's transparent, so the user doesn't realize that they're actually looking through the surroundings. It looks like it's a part of the surroundings. It's a sealable adhesive and is reusable and put on any windshield. It's voice activated and controlled. In other words, you can say your address and it'll display on the screen where you need to go in real time.
With WindNav's main functionality being primarily focused on GPS devices, the competitors will mostly pertain to the GPS industry. The GPS industry in the United States has produced a little bit under $100 billion in the yearly revenue from 2005 to 2010. That number is projected to be about $120 billion in revenue as we enter the year of 2014. The top three companies in the United States as of 2007 are Garmin, TomTom, and Magellan. These three companies have been dominating the GPS industry, owning 83% of it, with Garmin owning between 50 to 60% of the GPS market. Features that the competition in the GPS industry will have to offer is a standardized mounted GPS on the windshield, GPS used in cellular phones, and cars built in with GPS tracking. The majority of today's GPS in automotives are specifically designed to be mounted on a user's window for easy access for the user to quickly glance from the device to the road and back again. GPSs have also been used for availability by maps in today's smartphones and mobile apps, which in reality is killing the GPS industry. There has also been a slow but steady release of GPSs embedded with cars for convenience between the user and the device built in the vehicle.
WindNav has many advantages over its competition, some of them being that it is a windshield overlay design. In other words, it goes over the windshield as opposed to being mounted on your dashboard. Because of this reason, it is also much safer and much easier to use, considering that the user doesn't have to look away from the road in order to look at where they're going. It is also much more durable than the average GPS, considering instead of being mounted and can fall off, it is actually on a part of the windshield, and so unless something actually hits the windshield, it's generally going to be okay. It's also portable and lightweight, considering it is just a flexible screen, and is a hand-free experience product. This means that the user just simply needs to speak where they're going, and the WindNav will do the rest. Lastly, the advantage we have over our competition is how inexpensive the WindNav is. All it would be a screen, and along with a little system, a module, that would take in the voice input. In order to make WindNav's dream a reality, partnerships are probably going to have to be made. Some of these partners include Samsung or Google. Google, which is known for their amazing search engine, and their new popular operating system, Android, they have created a transparent screen you wear in your eye. The product is called Google Glass. This technology could actually be used to help create the WindNav in case the OLED screen is not available. What we would do instead is there would be a slight adhesive to the windshield, just as the OLED, except there would be a small projector in the very top right of the windshield that would project onto the screen. The better alternative, would be Samsung. Better known for their Android phones now, they actually have created a transparent OLED screen that they're attempting to use in the next generation of Android smartphones. The screen is not only transparent, but it is also very flexible. WindNav would try and take advantage of this technology by applying the screen over a windshield.
The marketing strategies that we would be incorporating with WindNav would be some of the following here, such as television ads, banner ads, and other forms of net-based advertisement. Primarily, we would be starting with the lower cost advertisements such as banner ads, and we would eventually be expanding to the more pricier options such as TV promotions and even a promotional website. WindNav will be primarily sold through a distributor who will sell the product directly to the consumer, and as a company we will be receiving a percentage of the product sold, and again it will be sold primarily through the web and potentially through retailers as well.
Before going over the financial charts, let's begin with the financial assumptions of the company. The gross revenue will start at $1 million due to receiving it from our angel investors. The gross revenue will not increase at all for the first year, as there are plans to use the first year of our business venture to create the given product, the WindNav. By the first year, you can see an increase in the gross revenue as the product starts to make some sales. Granted, not many, since it will be mostly local to the headquarters. Year 3 is when there will be an expansion of the product, thus an increase in revenue, and finally the largest increase in revenue will be between about year 3 and 4, give or take, as more people are buying it due to want for the device. There then will be a decrease in revenue as more people either own the product or choose not to purchase it due to given reviews. Finally, there will be hopes to sell off the company by year 6 to Samsung, since the device will plan on using much of their already present technology. Most of the company's costs in the beginning will come from research and development, or R&D. After the first year is up and the given product WindNav has been created, the cost of R&D will significantly lower due to the product being developed. Now, as you can see on this slide for the income statement, the gross revenue will be at $1 million due to our investors. At year 2, it will have a slight incline, and then in year 5, it will triple in value. For the balance sheet, you can see how the total assets and total equity share the same trend as the gross revenue in the income statement. The largest spike starts at the end of year 1 and continue till year 5. This is due to the popularity of the product and the safety it promotes compared to other competitors' GPS devices. Now let's note the liabilities. They do seem steady, but they do decrease over time as 1, the debt is paid off, and 2, the accounts payable are relatively steady. After receiving the investment from the angels, the company decided it would be best to conserve the money to spread it out across the year needed for research and development. Each quarter the company would pull out a quarter of the invested million and use it for expenses. This is the reason for the cash flow increase in the first year even though the product was not released. The cash flow will then exponentially increase in year 2 as the product is available to the masses. The largest portions given in this chart are both R&D and investment. This is because as a startup company we will be creating the product and the rest will be given as investments for the later quarters and years. The salaries are quite small due to the fact that the small workforce will involve the company founders, at least until year 2.
As you take note of our mission displayed in front of you, it must be reiterated that the WindNav product is not just a tool for navigation, but a tool that is both user-friendly and user-safe. Let's drop the 20% statistic of car crashes and get everyone moving in both the right and safe direction. Thank you for listening.